All right, boys and girls in triangles, welcome to the clusterfuck known as the Triglavian Times, where I have done less shows than fucking TIS, and I can actually start a fucking show on time when I say I'm going to do it, and without fucking up everything beforehand. All right, I'm your host, Sabbat. Yes, I'm wearing my beautiful Gengar onesie today. It's a salty show, so I figured I'd have a little bit of fun. Good online, we have Gabriell Bemenacth, who's sharing his feed, which maybe I'll show it to you guys so you can all kill him later. We got Kylon, trusty co-host.
Hello.
We got Chief Onion of Eve Onion, OpusMagnum.
Howdy.
And Reece from Strybog, my fellow HR officer.
You can just turn the
for
stream on.
together.
It's perfectly safe to just turn the stream on if you want to. Show people one of those key sets.
All right, let's see. Let's check your stream really quick. I just want to see this. Everyone memorized what gate he's on, what system he's in. All right. Serious business. Let's get the show on the road. We're not gonna get to the salt just yet. We are gonna talk a little bit about the mining changes with compression finally being fully implemented. Finally, they finally seeded everything we needed. Which is cool. I like it. Reece brought up the fact that moon compression still doesn't work.
Well, the thing is that some moon compression is not working properly, but I still want to ask CCP, you're mainlining this patch, right? And you're like, look at this patch. Come on back, guys. Look at what we're doing. We're doing all this cool stuff you asked for ages ago. And then you don't see the BPOs. Then you screw up how compression works. And then it's just like, what? Is anyone doing any QA? The answer is no.
Yeah. No. No, they're not. Because, why would they miss seeding the entire fucking market?
It's not the first time either.
No, they do it all the time.
This happened like a few months ago too with some important stuff. With the cores. They had problems with the cores, remember?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Every
assign this
time.
job to someone. Assign this job to someone. Your job is to check and see that everything has the checks to seed. That's it. That's your job.
Or, when they're told 2 weeks before they drop the patch and everyone's noticed the problem on CC, fucking fix it before you drop the patch.
Oh, did you see the thing that they had on CC that they had to really fix before they put this out?
No, I didn't see that.
Basically, you could duplicate ore because it would like have the old thresholds for reprocessing, because before you would reprocess ore and it would be a lesser number, but now it's just the same number with the new icon and the new size.
Yeah.
So you would reprocess 1,000 of compressed and it would be 1,000 of the old compressed.
Ooh.
Just think if that hit mainline.
Tides are back on the menus, boys.
Yeah. Man, no one should have told CCP.
I know, right?
We'd be back to the farms and fields of Prosper. Everyone would have whatever capital ship they'd want.
Well, honestly, though, I think that these changes are good overall. But let's be real. The Porp needs an ice compression unit. 110%. And the other thing is, mining skills being higher feels bad because you can't use the pretty things on the expensive thing.
Yeah. There's some shit that needs. It's mining in itself is, they need a lot of fucking work on it. Like, certain things just need to get worked out.
Like, I feel like we have these beautiful asteroid fields now, right, to mine in. Like, it's probably the most realistic looking mining operation you've ever seen, but the mechanics behind it are still just not up to par.
Yep.
And you got these great visuals, but the mechanics still they're missing.
Yeah.
Why should I waste more being a higher skill miner?
Yeah. You literally just put a couple points in and you can mine just fine.
I can mine as good as anyone else, basically.
Yeah, like, Yeah, I agree. Faction warfare needs a fuck ton of work too. But like
Yeah.
the fact that when they drop this compression patch, fully implement it, they if you weren't paying attention, there's the note in there that is like, you know, waste mechanic now applies after you get your yield. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you should always get your yield, and then waste should be, well, applied after, not how it was before, whereas, waste applied first, and then you got your ore. So if you got a full, if you're using the C types, which do 100% waste, cool. I
Oh,
just did a bunch of waste, but I didn't even get, I know it's to offensively fuck people out of resources, but you didn't even get some loot out of it.
well, get this. If you have a full cycle and you can't fit it in your hold, the waste still fully applies, even though you get nothing.
Yeah.
It's horrible. Waste is a nasty mechanic.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, if you want to have an FU aggressive mining mechanic, just have Dres be able to target asteroid belts and blow them away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least make
Kinda
it fun, right? Put
As a
some
mechanic, from a lore perspective, kind of makes sense. If you're shooting
Right.
rocks with a laser, you're gonna waste a lot of rocks.
right.
I mean, why not have it where you siege up and you can do the thing and you blow it up?
Maybe they should change what's the hauler, the Galanti one that looks like a vacuum cleaner, and then fly it around the ore rock and just suck up all
Oh,
the waste.
the miasmos?
It's just the vacuum cleaner hauler.
Yeah.
No,
Vacuum
but-
cleaner mode.
but you speak about a vacuum cleaner. Why don't we have like a mechanic that you can use with the boosting ships to grab up some of that waste?
Wow.
To
I mean, I'm gonna guess that the waste is there to offset some kind of gain. I'm not entirely sure then.
Nah.
It's
like
because they doubled the size of ore supposedly. I still don't notice it when I mine. I'm like, I'm deleting asteroids at the same pace I was before.
Well, I think it sounds good on paper, and I think you start doing it. If you don't pay attention, it doesn't matter, right? But if you actually start paying attention, it's like, okay, this feels like it does nothing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yep.
I mean, do you make more now, or did you make more before?
I really don't notice any difference. I mean, my fleet's grown, so yeah, I get more ISK because I have more characters mining.
Right. If
The
it's
famous
the
N
same-
plus one.
Yeah.
if it's the same plus, like if it's the same amount you get for like per hour, give or take, then it's just about the amount of resources and spreading out, right? Because the more you waste, the more different kind of sites you need to hit, the more
Well,
people need to spread out across New Eden.
I cheat a little bit. I use ore strip miners, so
No.
Safety would like
I
to
bust
know
out the
your
wallet and I
location.
go a little blingy.
Yeah, safety would like to know your location.
They've
Never
already
not
caught me a couple times. It's whatever.
never not bling, boys. Never not bling.
But I don't really care. I mean, oh no, I have to mine a little bit more. But now there's compression, so and safety is a little. They don't hop into trig space that often. They try to bait on certain wormholes to catch people, but we have deleted their catalysts a few times.
Holes
So
closed, man.
Push mining is fun, man. It's fun, man.
fucking roll the hole really quick, trap them in Pockvin, and just turkey shoot because it's catalyst. They'll warp to the sun and get deleted by a
But
drifter.
drifters.
Yeah. Deleted in like 30 seconds. Not even. They warp on grid and they're dead.
Just
Yeah.
as you mean.
All right, so we got that shit going on. Okay, well, let's talk about Trigger War really quick. I know Sahara talked about it for a quick second on TIS earlier. It is nice that we can compress Trigger War finally.
Very nice.
I was
Very
laughing.
profitable.
We were laughing with Zhao from Volta because he had compressed all of his Trigor that he had mined, and it went from like 40 miasmos full, and he was like, "It fills up half of my miasmos now."
I didn't know since I was a filthy miner. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he mines from time to time.
Ugh.
But
Ugh.
the fact that I'm not gonna when I mine I'm making 18, 25 trips back and forth out of the wormhole to pull all my trig ore out. And then it's so bulky, and I moved it with a miasmos, then I'm like, I literally almost fill up my freighter if I don't have cargo extenders on it. Like, I think the last time I did, I had 70% of my hold filled up.
But look, if space hell is not hell, then is it really space hell?
It's
Nope.
still space hell.
Mhm.
And when mining requires like ops, you have to
Yeah.
set up, get a guard fleet.
hmm
People
Yeah.
will come.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at.
Which part of the fun, right?
I mean, we had the entire retriever fleet. Was it retrievers or procurers that was dunked? Like 15 retrievers that
Yeah.
we assisted in dunking on. Like, I think 6 dudes took out 15 retrievers.
Nice.
So I mean, it requires some overwatch and security forces to mine in Pokemon.
Definitely.
I-
But that's
I
part
got
of the fun, right?
tackled, and I mean, I got murdered the other day in my porp, and the guy was like absolutely spazzing out on me. It's like, how did
you
you
got-
how'd you let me get on top of you? I'm in a Megathron. And I'm like, what? Siege exists.
Yeah. No, it's, I don't know. I understand. I mean, we used to do boosting when everything was locked behind standings. The gates were. I mean, we used to do, like, Orca fleets and stuff like that, because when everyone was stuck and they didn't have the standings, the chances of getting hot dropped on by a bunch of people is a lot smaller. And
Yeah,
even
it's
now,
functioning
yeah,
irrelevant in the
yeah, even now though, I as much as I am building a porpoise to bring to Pokemon, I don't think I'm actually bringing it on the field. It's literally going to just be docked up, and I'm just going to turn on the industrial core, let everyone know when I'm doing it, and everyone can just compress their stuff and then dock it back up.
I mean, if you're sitting on the Athenor and you've got good skills, you can have someone pilot the Athenor long enough to let you get back in.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna. The only combat timer you're really gonna have is the siege.
Yep, the 1 minute timer. Yeah.
No,
I'm not.
no.
I just
It's not
know.
1 minute.
Yeah, it's 1 minute. It's a
No,
1 minute timer.
No, the core. The core
Yeah,
is
I
a
know.
long timer.
Yeah, the core's got a long timer, but I'm just saying the timer for once you're done is a
Timer.
minute.
Yeah. It's
Um,
just
I
you
just,
could do it.
yeah, but I just, it's Pokemon, dude. I don't feel like whelping ships for no reason.
Come on, we'll just have a good old time.
I mean, now if you tell me to whelp a malediction, yeah, I did that earlier this week. I went to roam the circle and ran into a bubble and got deleted by Frat. And it was like, okay, cool. Going back to Jitto buying another one. Whatever.
Well, it's just like when I got my porpoise dropped on. It's like, what do you think you did? I've mined enough ore to pay for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, trig ore is valuable. Mercoxit compression is pretty funny because it's worse than it was before, but I already knew that was going to happen. Just when they
Also,
decided to go.
only available for orcas and rorks now.
Yeah.
So, well.
Yeah, it's weird and dumb. I don't understand why it doesn't fall under ore compression for all ore compression, for all asteroid compression.
Well, I had this idea, and maybe you guys could tell me if it was a good idea or not. But what if they had the compressors by ore faction that did everything?
Yeah.
In different like sizes.
We won't armchair dev this too much.
It's an idea.
It is, but all right. That's really it. I mean, we got the mining event, which I think is a joke. I don't take part in it. I just like the boosters. Helps me
Is
mine
anyone
faster.
tired of logging in and claiming different event rewards that are not like unique skins or anything fun? Everybody tired of that mechanic? Because I'm tired of it.
I'm super tired of all the fucking tedious login rewards. It's really annoying. Half the time I have to remember I have to log in fucking 5 characters. Oh, you click this one? No. No, not for me.
I have asked CCP on many occasions if you're in a mega account, I think you should just log in once you go into the game, right? Click on a character, you get your rewards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should happen. You logged in.
Just put
You
it,
shouldn't have to click claim. It should automatically claim it.
just put it in a box.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, I guess since we already went that route, thanks to Opus, time to no. Let's do the other fun thing first. It's kind of together. Bashing on TIS, which I already did right at the beginning of the show, because God, that was such a bumbling shit show of a start today. Like, that blew my mind a little bit.
I don't really feel like bashing, to be honest.
That's
Eh.
you. I'm a little bit salty because, according to Matters Not, the completely silent majority is not complaining about CCPs selling procurers or retrievers.
I mean,
I
don't
don't
really see the
care.
point. I don't really see the point in complaining, to be honest. If you want to buy a retriever, buy it. If you don't want to buy a retriever, don't buy it. And if everybody agrees, then CCP is not going to do it again because it's not profitable. So
It's not. It's CCP is making like the dumbest. I hope. I know some people bought it, but like, and some people were buying it just to see what the hell was in it and see how shitty that fit is, because that is such a shit fit. That is worse. That is a worse fit retriever than I had.
it doesn't come with rigs.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't pay for the rig. That's the rig pack. That was an add-on pack you missed for 99 plex.
Well, it's not being the bundle is not being sold in Jitta right now. It is a bundle you can sell. It looks like,
Wow.
What
and the
fuck?
box the box is 4 meters.
Oh, well, hey, that's a good way to move a shitty fit ship around.
I know, right?
Yeah.
well, it does set an interesting precedent. But
It's
I think that's what everyone's worried about is the precedent, right?
Yeah.
We know they give away destroyers, right? We'll be freaking due. I understand the slippery slope thing. I'm okay with that to an extent, but now we're getting into something that takes people at least 2 weeks plus to 3 weeks to train into, really?
that's nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I understand it's nothing, but it's the
It started with destroyers. Now it's going
Right.
to this, and then it'll move to the next thing. Maybe it'll be a cruiser next time. Maybe
It'll
be a battleship after that.
I mean, the skill point
it'll
for
be a
it.
shield super very soon.
I mean, you could buy skill injectors as well, right? So the training doesn't really matter.
Right. The
Yeah,
training
that-
really
that
doesn't
is
matter.
true.
If there's anything I'd be concerned about, it's about just holes flooding the market,
Yep.
right? Potentially,
And,
but
and this affects everything, right? We have an active player-driven market. I mean, yeah, it's just one retriever, but what if it's one retriever, two porpoises? I mean, how does it go, right? I mean, used to CCP cared so much about and fostered this player-driven, market, right? They didn't do any changes willy-nilly because, heck, they had an economical expert, on
Yeah.
staff to analyze everything, and now it's like, it'll be okay, it's fine, it's all fine until you look around and the whole room is burning now. You're going, it's okay, we got money.
It's 100% fine.
Well, I'm looking at it right now. In the past couple days, since the beginning of March, a retriever was 45 mil, and now they're actually 52.5 mil.
No one's
For some reason, they went up.
Maybe
people
the
aren't going to
demand,
sell. People aren't going to be selling them Jitta. I think it's going to be a form of protest. That's what I think it is. I think everyone, because most miners and industrialists build their own anyways, so they don't really, they're not buying them off the market or anything, but they are selling it to people who are, weekend miners or just doing it to make a little ISK or are new to the game. And I think the form of protest is you're not going to see that many on the market anymore.
but I think the bigger question to me is, what does CCP marketing team view as a success, right? Like, what's the threshold of a business money making scheme that, oh, this was successful, we should do more? That's what I'm scared of. Is I don't know what their is it just as low as $10,000? Is it 50,000? Like, what's their market? And if they hit it or at their goal, oh God, here comes more of them, right?
They already hit their goal. At least one person bought it.
Well, it didn't cost them really anything in dev time, I'm sure.
Right. You put some lines in a database and here's the pack.
Yeah,
You
basically.
get art department to draw a little cute art pack for the pack. I mean, it doesn't take, and that's the thing, right? I understand for the bang for the buck for a company, no brainer, right?
Mhm.
But I think that's the issue we're having. It's this: we look at the changes coming in, you look at all the things as a whole. It's like we're just not getting quality and well thought out things.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you haven't watched Merkelchin's rant, watch it. Like,
Well,
man, that rant was good,
there,
to say the least.
lots of people have been asking for better ways to monetize the game, and they're just ignoring it. And I wish they would just like pay attention, and say, "Hey, yeah, we're gonna have a Citadel skin pack and sell it for $1,000, whatever. For an alliance, you could justify it."
Yeah.
Like, why can't I give Plex back to CCP, right? Like, why can't my Plex, my alliance, raise money with Plex, give it to CCP, and say, "Hey, we're giving you this money, right? Because it is money, Here, our alliance needs a skin done, right? And once you pay the threshold, which would be a lot, I'm sure, but give us
Yeah,
something to do, right? That's the thing about Eve is that we always come up with the butterfly effect, right? Well, let's do more player-driven things like that, because I guarantee you, you make Goon Swarm, Imperium pay for, 50,000 Plex plus, or how much? I know it's not a lot, but just a ton
whatever.
more for a B and an Imperium signature, and CCP's done make some money.
Hmm.
So
We all
you
know.
get money for the Plex raise, you get money for the actual skin.
We all know Opus would come out with an Eve Onion skin for his ship.
Well, yeah, I mean, somehow I would afford that. Second mortgage on the house, I'm not sure, but everyone would have little onions on their ships running around.
I mean, could you think about how cool it would be as, say, a goon, being part of the alliance? You buy in your little skin, and you fly as a fleet in that one skin of yellow with your B on it. How cool would that be?
Right. I mean, we've looked in other games, right? Look at what is it, Dota, League of Legends? They coming out with those team packs and Counter Strike. Like those things sell like hotcakes because you want to rep the team you're for, right?
Hmm.
Same thing. I mean, look at alliance tournaments, right? Oh my goodness, you know, here's a special skin pack for like these teams. I know
Yeah,
it takes more work, but you're gonna have to work to get the payoff because I think they're making some money with these current packs. But I promise CCP, I promise you, you give me, the top, like skins for the top five, teams of the last tournament every year, I'll pay for that. Give me an alliance skin, I'll pay for that. Eve Onion skin, I'll pay for that. I promise. And so will all the other players. Not for Eve Onion skins. That's not probably a good financial investment for everyone. Maybe a Talking Station skin, right? Lots of people watch that.
Yeah. And no, they need to be watching this.
I'm just saying, lots of people. It is, these news stories are Eve Online. I hear.
Yeah. I mean, I already said it on the episode when we had Alexia Card and Andy Ashburn on. I'd want a Nancat skin on my ships. I pay for it myself out of my pocket, and I put cat ears on all my characters.
There you go.
They make a fuck ton of money off of me in like 30 seconds.
And maybe sell furry suits. I don't care, right?
Do a
Whatever you
Pokemon
want.
crossover, and I'll buy everything Gengar.
There you
Game
go.
hack successful.
Think we got it.
Yeah.
We're doing your job again, CCP. Look, we're giving you the way
I
to
don't
make money.
I don't
Dominic
pretend.
Scat Ears.
There you go. I don't pretend that I know the internal struggles of CCP as a development company, right? I know that there's people way smarter than me that probably think of way smarter things than we have here today, right? But it looks like from the outside in, and it is perspective is reality, CCP. That's the deal. It seems like there's low effort and there's a lot of promises, a lot of great people say a lot of great things, and at the end of the day we go, yeah, that looks like minimal effort.
Yeah. As we said
I mean,
earlier, the not seeding shit is like the dead giveaway of they don't really put effort forward.
that just shows that they don't put in QA.
Yeah.
Everything else we don't know, but
Right.
come on.
Can we not talk
Uh,
about QA QC right now? I do that every Friday. I'm good on that. That's real job work stuff that I don't want bleeding into my Eve time. But yeah, like some of this shit that they do just boggles my mind. Like I understand the Destroyer pack. I had a coworker of mine who started playing playing
You don't
Eve
like that
before
coworker,
Christmas.
do you?
What?
You don't like that coworker you got them into Eve?
No. He was asking. I was talking to him about the game, and he was interested. He tried playing it a couple years ago and didn't really get into it. I was like, dude, you need to join a corp. You'll have more fun that way. And he actually ended up like one weekend making like 100 million ISK, and he was like, "Damn, I didn't know you could make ISK like this in the game." I was like, "Yep, now you can start buying. Now you can start paying me back." Because I tossed him a retriever and a couple other things so he could start mining.
So
but
Eve
like,
is a pyramid scheme, then. Is what
it
you're
is.
saying?
It is. It is. Well, I always joke about it being a pyramid skid, like me giving ISK to Celtier, and then he gives it to me, and I'm like, "Dude, I meant that as a joke. You're always broke as fuck."
Because he has a skin addiction. Perfect prime example, though, right? He has a skin addiction. CCP, feed this man more skins.
Yeah.
Stop
Why not?
removing skins from the game.
Skins are great. I love skins. I spend way too much money on them.
You're talking to a person who everyone yells at why I don't have a Kybernaut skin on my Lashak.
What's
And
wrong with you?
Terrible.
I tell everyone
Skins
if they
are
want me to
nice.
be in one, they can buy it for me. I don't
No
buy
matter
skins.
what you do, you can't lose a skin.
Yeah, but I don't buy skins. I am allergic to paying ISK or Plex for a fucking skin. I either get it from a login reward or I get it from drops. That's it.
I mean, you're just the host of a Triglavian, centric podcast. You know what I'm saying? Twitch show.
They don't have my Nemzia
Exactly.
symbol on them.
This one's actually the most expensive skin I have, I think.
Yeah, they're pretty expensive. I looked at buying one. At least I'm not like the trader in Kybernauts who flies around with the Edencom skin on his Lashak. Cough, cough.
That's a pretty skin.
He's in chat, so I'm waiting for him to. He might just not acknowledge the fact that he is a trader and flies an Edencom skin.
You do realize you're in the Kybernauts Clade Alliance, right? The one letter off of the actual skin name.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna try and shame me into this shit.
Yes, we're gonna shame you into it. If you drop 3 bill on an Orca, you can drop 1.2 bill to have the Kybernaut Clade skin forever. It can't be ganked off of you. It can't be ganked off of you, no matter what you do.
Okay, here we go. So, starting on Monday, I'm now making a new alliance requirement to have a Kybernauts Clade skin on the shack. You have 2 weeks, or you'll get kicked, and I'll make sure that no one else accepts you inside the circle.
All right, time to start the flame war against Reece. Can we start formalizing my application to Strybog?
Well, I'm gonna ask you if you have the Kybernaut skin on your Lashak.
See, there you go.
Oh, Gabe.
Hey, don't look at me, man. I have this shack like 4 times or something on all my alts.
I'm screwed. I'm backed into a corner. But yeah, no, the skin game and the cat ears game and anything like that, like the rogue drone stuff that was going on, where it's like the Dominix that's missing chunks on it, like that was a cool looking skin. Like, make some cool looking fucking skins.
Yeah,
and like people will pay flex for them.
Yeah, the mimetic ones, they're great.
Yeah.
They're really cool.
Well, I have to say the new radioactive skins for the mining ships look decent.
Oh.
And they got the little holographic thing on the side.
I gagged a little bit on that skin. That skin did not look good to me. There's some skins that I sit there wondering why the fuck they made it.
You mean
and
like
that
the
sell it for flex.
and like the Edencom Lashak skin? It's like, come on, what's wrong with you?
That was
like, we won that. We took the space. They don't get the skin on our ship.
Yeah, that was the most smooth brained fucking thing I've ever seen. But that's CCP for you.
Yeah, we worry about like the seriousness of the game, but no, have this Edencom Lashak skin because that would totally happen. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Supposedly they were using the metrics for the most commonly used ships for each side. So that's why we have like random Kybernaut skins on random other ships.
I do think that Edencom definitely needs some of their own rewards, right? I think
Yeah.
they should be recognized. But I've said it before. I get it. We got our own space. They kind of got crap. That's cool. Give them something.
They
But
have something.
that
They have world arcs.
that's true.
Yeah.
They have world
They
arcs.
should stop
Also,
being pussies and visit Poshwan once. I don't
Yeah.
know, because I haven't seen any concerted Edacom effort in 1.5 years now. So, you know,
also, let's talk about. They weren't fighting to get anything special. They were fighting to keep the space.
True.
this was always trick content. I mean, I'm glad that Edacom gets stuff, and I applaud, I welcome them getting more shit. But all this fucking whining and complaining, I mean, at least do something
Yeah.
in the space that they gave you. You have the ability to attack hostile space. We might have gotten a space for our own, but you can do shit here. You just do chicken shit to undock ships and compete with the local Triglavians. That's what it comes down to.
Well,
Mhm.
they can't dock in NPC stations,
Yeah.
No,
for one.
I'm sorry.
Well, there's their
but
Ayers. We stole
so
those.
like every system has a wormhole. You go out and you're in high sec. There's a system
Yeah.
there for you to dock in.
Yeah, exactly. But no,
Being
they
able
they
to,
they,
you
they
can't dock anywhere in nullsec either. It's not an excuse.
I guess there's plenty of free ports now.
yeah,
Yeah.
there
You can
are.
do. Yeah, man, it's plenty to
But
do.
fucking come in and then let us know, like leak it out on Discord someplace where our Kybernaut, like all Kybernauts, all triangles have somehow influenced so many different organizations. Make sure they,
Right.
you post it up there, and then guess what? It'll probably pop up on Zoria, praise Zoria, and all the fucking Pokemon will be sitting there waiting for your fleet to come in.
And what's the most valuable, most ISK and lucrative and rewarding site in Posh?
World
Yeah,
Arcs.
guess that right. That's a site for Edacom players.
Mm-hmm.
Do they ever run it though? No, they don't. Never run it at all. Because they're very limited in their scope. Because it's just, role play stuff. So if you pick such a specific, absurdly specific niche for yourself, then you can complain as much as you like about the game not catering to your specific whims. But I think that's kind of silly, right?
Yeah.
Not wrong.
I mean, you might want to lower or mediate your standards just a little bit, right? This game is not designed just for your specific niche, right? They didn't even plan to put Edencom ships into the game. They gave you Edencom ships, right? There's a lot of stuff that you can be thankful for before you start complaining, to be honest.
Yeah. I always laugh, with people ask me what ships I can fly and shit like that, and I'm just like, I can fly everything in the game that's subcap to at least level 4, if not level 5. That's Tech 2 level 4s, not and T3C level 4s. But like, I'll say that, and I'm like, except for those dirty fucking Edencom ships, because I'm a triangle and I can't physically put myself in one of those ships.
Oh man,
They
they're
did-
great.
They
I
also
can't.
got screwed. They got screwed on those ships though, on how many skills you need to make them work
True. A hell of a
versus
train.
our ships.
There's one thing they most certainly didn't get screwed on though, and that's how they look, because they look goddamn sexy.
Yeah, they do look cool.
Yeah.
But
And
you're
the
also
idea of
talking to the
running
person
around
that,
and zapping people.
yeah,
Right. That,
you're shooting their little chain lightning at people.
pretty sure it's still going to be pretty good. I mean, there must be ways. There's eventually going to be a way that people can use those ships and they'll be suddenly really efficient, and then everything will be forgotten.
Yeah.
After a couple of years playing Eve, I get the distinct impression that it's always just a boatload of complaining until people actually start trying shit. Because we all know, like 9 out of 10 people that say that stuff is bad, undocked it once and got killed by a pirate, and then they started complaining on Reddit. That's just how it works in Eve.
This game is hard. Everyone's out to kill me.
The copy
Scabbat.
pasta.
All that shit with the Rorquals. Oh, Rorquals you should maybe you shouldn't have built fucking 15 Rorqual pilots, you abusive little cunt.
Well, here's the thing.
Diversify a little, maybe. That you could have anticipated this. Like evolution has kind of taught you that if you kind of niche too specifically, you might get extinct. So kind of dug your own grave there.
Well, let's be real though. CCP wants you to niche out, and then they nerf it, so you have to respec and redo your characters and make another alt. They love to do that.
Yeah, I've never felt that need. I've been playing on 4 characters for I don't know 4 or 5 years now, and I can do pretty much everything.
I mean, I think 3 characters are like the way to win Eve, in my opinion.
The
Yeah.
magic.
The
The
magic
magic
three.
number.
Somewhere
3-4 is a
between
sexy
3
number.
and 5 is the magic number,
I
like
think it
of
depends on what you're
comfort.
doing.
Before you get into like severe autism land.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, careful
Kylon,
now.
I think that was pointed right at me because I fly 6.
No, but I'm not
Amateur.
just
No, 6 isn't even that extreme.
yeah, I'm not just talking about your ships and your skills. It's about actually, learning all these different ways to farm, right? I mean, just for some perspective, the low sec part that I've been doing in Derelict, running 5s and 6 10s for the majority of my early career, if anything would have interrupted or negated my ability to farm those very specific sites for which your character, the skills required and the ships required to fly those sites allow you to do all sorts of different kinds of content in Eve, right? But the steps to actually learn said content, most people don't bother, right? It's go to the forums, ask for a guide. They don't try to figure this shit out for themselves and use the resources that they have creatively in order to make sure that they're flexible, right? Flexibility is kind of key, I think.
Oh yeah. If you train too far into one thing and never think about anything else, you're pretty
Right.
screwed.
Well, it's
Putting all your
also
eggs in one, putting all your eggs in one basket, and that's just,
well,
you
it's
can
also
complain
important.
afterwards. But
It's important for enjoying the game as well.
yeah.
Like if you want to do the same thing all the time, you're gonna get bored with it.
hmm You get bitter and salty, and then when something changes it, you go, "Oh, but this is the only thing I know how to do," and then you quit. Cause yeah, all right, that's not CCP's fault though. That's your own fault. I mean, people that diversify, just see it in Poshfun, people that try Poshfun, people that try the new sites, they're still having fun. I'm still having fun. Robin Banks doing shit. Plenty of new content that they brought out that's really good. And yeah, you can focus on all the negative, but there's plenty positive to go around.
For sure.
I do wish that they would like not try to nerf certain things about nullsec so hard, because a lot of the like the channel for a lot of people when they're joining Eve, it's like, okay, I'm in high sec and I need to figure out nullsec and lowsec. A lot of people don't get hit with the triangle stuff or the wormhole stuff unless they get really lucky with finding a corp that does that.
Yep.
And it's like, this is the canal for the majority of your players. It needs to feel better and better and better and better,
I think Nullsec has been too good for too long. Everybody in there got fat.
Yeah. A lot of fat, happy cats.
Right? It's been the only way, right, for a very long time. If you want to make IST, just go to Nullsec, go into an IS, an Ishtar, AFK Crab, or do shit in your supers under a cap umbrella, and it's just boring. It's boring content.
Get your bot program running optimally and walk
Right?
away
And
from the computer.
what have you seen with the last few content sites that they released? Lowsec, Lowsec, good shit, right? Get people to spread out across Eve so the game
Yeah.
feels a little bit more busy.
Yeah,
That's what they're
'cause-
trying to do.
I mean, well, they're trying to, but even like, I mean, we yeet ourselves out into nullsec relatively frequently for our invasion fleets on Saturday nights, but like Opus agrees with me. We can go like 18 systems and like that we just pass bots, or the system literally has no one fucking in it. Like there is, we take the gate and we're like, oh cool, it's just us. This is the third jump in a row where it's just us in this system.
Yeah, but it's been that way for a while now.
Yeah, but it's
True.
getting worse in some ways because there's nothing to fucking do. Like the capitals, as Merc said, capitals don't have anything to do to undock besides blast structures and blast other people in war, and that's it.
It's not true. You can run crabs, two
Yeah.
carriers. You can run Concord drone, rogue drone analysis.
Yeah, they have been making the crabs more lucrative lately. That
Yeah,
was part of the
yeah,
last
yeah.
patch as well.
The average seems to be about 200 mil, with about or at least about 200 mil in the sellable, let's call them blue loot variant. The rogue data, blah blah blah, whatever they're called. They bump the shit out of that. You make 4 times your crab minus your bounties for a crab you run in 2 carriers, which is arguably pretty safe if you know what you're doing.
Yeah, it can be
And
relatively safe.
and they've been grabbing the shit out of that in horde space. Just look at the map, filter for interference. You'll see all those crabs pop up, and they have to use a carrier to start them. So
Yeah. But I mean, if there was more than just the crab site, if there was more to do than like the couple of sites that you need, like, or it's easier if a carrier's on it. And we lost Gabe. But there's some things that just need to be done. I don't feel like there's enough reason. 250 mil when you're undocking something super expensive. I mean,
sorry, my
no, it's
stream
all good.
cracked.
I understand. I mean, that's a good amount of money. I'm sure the site's done relatively quick. I'm sure it's, old school obs amount of time, 10 to 20 minutes.
Sorry, I fell out for a bit. Are we still talking about the crabs?
Yeah, we are. I mean,
Yeah.
but there should be.
Take about 30 minutes in 2 carriers.
Okay.
Earn you about 400 or 500 mil on a low drop. I mean, if you get those DDAs and heaven forbid a fucking officer spawn, which I haven't seen yet after I don't know how many crabs, that spawn rate's really ridiculously low. But if you get a good officer, then you're gonna be ISK positive for the rest of your life. You're probably gonna buy 2 carriers for that.
I've gotten stupid amounts of ISK from level 1 combat sites. I think I got 300 million ISK in 5 sites one time, just because I got super lucky on drops.
Yeah,
It happens.
You can do it loads of ways. DD site's still very viable, right? To make ISK if you want to be safe.
But I do agree. Like there needs to be something more to pull. CCP needs to do something more to pull more caps out into space, so the happy whalers can have a lot of fun.
Right. And for crabs, let's get one thing absolutely straight. The caps are the content, right?
Yep.
They definitely are the content. And one very close encounter with Snuff. I don't know if anyone's listening, but whoever tried to kill me with those 250 legions scared the fucking shit out of me. Fucking brown pants moment. It's like next door, you see a sicko guy come online. It's like, all right, guess I'll desiege. Sino goes up. It's like, oh.
And fuck.
It's like, what am I doing wrong?
What did I do?
I was sitting in that dread though, so I was asking for it.
Yeah. I have ISK. I don't have dread level ISK
Yeah,
or
do.
skills.
You just lost an orca that is a good starting point for a dread.
Yeah. It's a dread, like 5 bill fitted?
Somewhere around there.
Shouldn't be too much more.
The only orca. The only
Dread, you
orca
don't
I
need to blame
want.
the shit.
I mean, the only dread I want is only good at structure bashing.
Barsanitra.
Yes, Isanitra. One of these days.
I'm working on my second one.
One of these days, I'll train the skills for it. Won't be for a year though. I'm working on my small ship skills, so I can welt more small ships for fun.
Phoenix is on contract for about 4.4 bill right now.
Oh, that in Pakvin, right?
No.
I need everybody to cross their fingers for us for a second, by the way. We're about to loot this. 45-minute key, please.
Yes.
45. 45.
Show me the money.
But
No,
let's rein this in a tiny little bit. So I know if you guys watch TIS or on Thursday, which I don't know how they kept Dirk in that in comms that long. I'm sorry. Like, I mean, yeah, I'm drinking a beer here and we're still having relatively sane conversation. But like with his anger-filled blow up about the open letter to CCP and his drunken tirade, I would have booted him out. But I mean, like over 600 comments on it. A lot of them are all in support. Fuck ton of CSM members. I mean, I get it. It's happened. It's out. But I hope CCP does wake the fuck up and realize, like, look, like your CSM is all against this. Like, former CSM is against this. The community is against this. Like, No one wants you to start selling ships for no fucking reason. Like,
Well,
then just
the
cash
thing
grab.
that irritated me on that, other than Dirk just like being an abusive, toxic person to everybody and talking over everybody, is the fact that Mineral let it happen, and Mineral also went at Brisk and said, "Do you have proof that all these people are against this?" Is like, this is against the philosophy of Eve. This is
Yeah.
the idea is this is run by players, you know?
It's a player-run economy. Your ships are built by players. Like, yeah, they hand out free ships, but like, really, like, I love killing ventures. Like, I have fun killing ventures because I know they're handed out for free. They're cheap ships anyways. Like when I find someone in a venture, especially if they're in pocket bin, I am going to kill it. I don't care that it's only, a couple mil freaking kill on my kill board, but I want it dead because it's a tiny little dinky ship. Like they're cheap to replace. And yeah, a retriever isn't that expensive either, but it's just I just feel that if we don't show that we don't want them to sell ships and that this is like the only time that they do it and they don't do it again, I think it'd be a perfect way to, make sure they don't go down that slippery slope and do like the hey, you spend 25 grand, you can be a dev for a day pack.
I gotta
Excuse
say,
me,
by the way,
you're stealing
Sabbath,
Evangelion content?
I
No,
just
I just threw a random number out there.
I just looked at your screen for the first time, Sabbath. I love the onesie, to be honest. I really want that onesie. It's
Gengar
fucking
onesie,
great.
man.
It's fucking great. I'm wearing a Chewbacca onesie.
I'm wearing it because, this is a little bit of a salty day, so it's been a salty
Look,
couple of days.
I think there's a difference here. Right? I think everyone in the Eve community, right, that's been here for a long, long time, loves Eve, wants CCP to make money, right? I
Yep.
am just we talked about skin packs, you know, all those things. I think we truly want CCP to make money, right? And I want to give them money. I want to give them all the disposable hobby income I have. Um, but we also had to keep fundamentals when it comes to Eve, and they're breaking some of those fundamentals that they themselves established, right? In which I
Yep.
understand if they're a company, they can choose at one point in time to change their philosophy on how they want to run their game. But we're almost 20 years into this game, and it's only been the last, we'll say, 4 or 5 years. I understand the game's getting older, the attractiveness seems to be going down in their mind. I'm sure they have some data to back it up. But at least work with the community, right? We will help you figure out how to make money, and we'll pay for it, and other people will buy it. This is not the way. And the entire CSM post that Brisk and them came up with, you may not like the way it was done. You may not like the current CSM members. You may have personal or in-game beef with them. But when you have that many CSM members spending that many years sign their name, you know that we're on a wrong path. And it's out of love for this game that we do this, right? And that we're hounding at them. We're trying to get them to understand, because they are going to open that Pandora's box that they've already opened the lid up a little bit, right? But they're still able to push it back down. We want them to push it back down and give us what we want to pay for. And I'm not one of those old school, the customer's always right. But I am telling them what I'm willing to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what I'm willing to pay for. And I have new bros that play this game all the time. I will 100% turn them away from buying those packs because I
Oh
feel
yeah.
it ruins their experience.
I
Plain and
wouldn't.
simple.
I wouldn't let anyone in the corp that I run, the New Bro Corp for Cybernauts. I would, if anyone was like, "Oh, is this pack a good idea?" I'd be like, "No, fucking just buy Plex. If you're gonna buy anything, buy Plex. Like, don't waste your money on that fucking pack. I'll build you a retriever. I don't even have a BPO or a BPC for it. I'll build you one myself. I'll buy you one just so you don't buy the
Was it a
fucking pack."
was it a pilot as well that you get with it?
Wait, what?
Was it a pilot as well that you get with it, or is it just a ship?
It's an expert system as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you just for systems.
Like
So you get
yeah, it's
you get like
temporary.
100 Plex, which, dude, if you spent $5 on the Plex, you'd have enough if to buy the retriever yourself. Like, well, why spend the 25
and it
and
goes
get a
with some
better fit
hardworking
for it?
industrialist.
And you'd be supporting industrialists, and you could get a much better fit than the fit that they give you. from just talking in the community. I mean, you could ask anyone what's a decent retriever fit and be like, oh, hey, what's a different proc fit? Oh, this. Like,
And I'll give it to them, right? I want them to experiment with things. I know the NFT stuff, all that. What's your feelings about it? I understand if you like it or you dislike it, but I'm okay with CCP trying new things. Um, they're a company. They want to make money. I totally get it, but they need to listen to feedback, especially on this level. And this is actually civil feedback, right? We're not calling to go and shoot the statue in Jita to mess up other people's gameplay, right? This is a whole different level of, hey, just pay attention, right? Because evidently they're ignoring the CSM, and you can even say, oh, that's all rigged. It's only like no blocks. Maybe so, but I can personally attest with many of these members of CSM. They talk to many people outside of their, alliance, circle, and they're very accessible. Trust me, that
Oh
they
yeah,
care for the people.
I know. I've heard Brisk talk about it before. He's like, yeah, I get a lot of emails from all over Eve, not just goons, and he tries to listen to them.
Brisk is a great guy. Really great guy. I love that dude.
I mean, just imagine the amount of vitriol he also gets, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
sifting through the shit of unproductive players just to get to the people that are actually trying to contribute in a positive way, despite having a negative experience. I mean,
Yeah.
I assume it gets to you eventually, and you start to become a little bit more selective about how and when you listen to people.
But yeah, I
It
mean,
sucks.
he is one of the most open and friendly people to talk to. I mean, I had him on my like third show or second show, like super supportive. Like he talks to anyone. He'll talk to everyone. Like, yes, I know he has to go through the weeds on some of the bullshit, but he's upfront and he talks to people all the fucking time and gets their opinions on shit. And like that's great. We need CSM members like that.
Yeah, and I wasn't meaning to say that he was getting negative, right? It's just
Yeah.
anyone who puts himself in a position to be such a mouthpiece for so many people. I mean, I'm not gonna give them any shit, because fuck no, I'm not doing that. That sounds tedious, so fucking tedious.
Yeah.
It's all
I don't
fun and
know.
games
Maybe.
until you get the death threats, right?
I mean, we had a lot of Pokevin CSM people running. Maybe I should run. I'll just put a photo of me up in a Gengar suit and be like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna get Gengar onesies for your characters in game."
I'm sure there's more than just you to have to CCP to deal with that. That's a big IP
Yeah.
problem.
I
I mean,
know. I know.
we just sort of discussed me running, but for a Gengar outfit, I'll vote for you.
Yeah, there we go. See, I'm already. I got one vote. I'm in.
Oh, hang on, I got a phone call. I'll be right back.
Skill
right.
Farmers Unite. Please vote for Sabbat over here.
But in all seriousness, like, yeah, I mean, you said a good Opus. That slippery slope is a big concern. And I know you're like everyone be on the lookout. Eve Onions and I have a fucking hilarious article. One of the fun things about being in the same corp with Opus is sometimes you see funny ideas that he's coming up with for Eve Onion that he does himself sometimes if he doesn't have a writer do it for him. And some of the things that I've seen that Opus wants to get up on the website for Eve Onion, fucking hilarious. Like that's what I could see the slippery slope getting to at one point.
Well, Eve Onion has sadly predicted the future before.
All
I
the
say
time.
sadly because if it makes it to Eve Onion, right, levels of craziness, that's usually not a good thing. Now, yes, there's been some fun things that we predicted, and yay, but there are levels of increasingly, just I think they're looking at Eve Onion for their ideas. I think, sorry guys, maybe we stop upvoting on the Reddit. That's probably the problem. They're reading the wrong things. They're reading Reddit the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah, they're approaching that Reddit post like totally the wrong way.
Those are not
Yeah.
not ideas. That's
Yeah.
a Twitter. That's a Twitter post.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah.
But I also think we don't do ourselves a disservice though when when in the community, right? I mean, let's go back to talking stations real quick. But the amount of I understand people have different feelings about this. We love CCP, but I think it's good to have interactions with the players, pro and against these things.
Mhm.
But we also do it cordially and civilly.
Yeah.
And because that's the problem too, right? Is CCP, they definitely do read the media, And if we can't have civil discourse about this openly, the pros and the cons amongst the players, then they're not going to pay attention to it either.
Attack the ideas, not the people.
Right.
Yeah.
We all have our reasons when we do or don't want certain types of gameplay. And that's perfectly fine, right? That's why we have CSM. That's why we have, different play styles.
Mhm.
But you can't go attacking people.
Yeah,
Not
no.
if you want CSP to take it seriously.
Yeah, you gotta be a lot better with some of that shit. Like you can't just be a dick. Like you can't be an asshole to CCP and send like flaming asshole messages to them to CCP, and like expect them to respond and be like, "Oh yeah, that's a good point." Like
But
that's
also,
why
it's okay to be firm.
I like that Reddit post. Like that's super upfront and honest about everything. Like it's not a flaming it's a little scathing towards CCP, but at least it's put forward in a like, hey, look, like there's better options if you want to make money off your player base.
And your CSMs are even saying, we don't want to encourage people to stop playing.
Yeah.
We want you to change. We want you to get this fixed so we can enjoy a game together.
Exactly. You guys get your money, and we're still having fun playing the game.
Exactly.
Like I have a son. He's 5. I'd like to in like 10 years for him to be able to, play this game with me and understand what kind of hell this game is, right? And the fun of it. I'd love it to be around for another 15, 20 years.
Did you make his character though and start the training?
Oh, I've already got that, man. He's the Titan pilot.
Oh man.
Man, you're gonna get him killed in his first day. Here, check out your Titan. Then he warps to the wrong freaking Sino, and then bam.
Oh,
hey, that's how he learns, right? You get one for free.
I will ask Opus to let me know when he's undocking that, and be like, have Opus tell him what jump to this Sino. I will train a Sino pilot just for that.
Well, as I tell people, I had the choice. Either I could buy a Titan or start a satire news mogul organization. I bought a satire newspaper organization.
Every time I read your post, I'm just like, fuck, that's on point.
Sometimes.
Or,
I have great writers.
Or it's oh god, if CCP reads this, they're gonna think this is a good idea.
Maybe I should put a disclaimer. This is satire. Please don't attempt.
Yeah.
I mean, even the real life Onion is so spot on sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say that in the world we live in the past, 5 years, it's just made it hard to write satire because it's all real life now.
I mean, I keep sitting there and I'm almost wanting to get like a little patch to put on my backpack that says, I don't want to live through another world-changing event. It's just like I'm tired of it.
Well,
but I have to... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
And I was going to say that, one of the reasons I got into EVE is because of, like, just before the pandemic and during the pandemic, you'd had all this time to kill and nowhere to go and nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I just killed stuff and mined stuff in low sec, null sec with my buddies. And unfortunately, a lot of my buddies are gone. And now I have my new buddies, which are in Strybog. So
I didn't know you were such a fresh player, Reece.
I've paid attention to EVE off and on when they have the big fights, but my character was born 2020.
Wow.
Ooh, it's a baby.
I know, right?
That's cute.
That's how I feel about Datton, and then I look at his kill board and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. 7/7/2020. I was born then.
Hey, you don't play like a new player, so that's put that in your pocket.
It's Pochman, man. Like I've seen new players come to Pochman, and it just turns them either it turns them off from the game and they just leave, or they become killing machines.
Yep.
Trial by fire.
I mean, I do dumb things too, but
We all played this game 2003. I do dumb things to this day.
It's an attitude thing, man. In EVE, like the go-getters succeed. It's just the way it is.
No, I'm not a spy, chat.
I was about to write in chat. Definitely confirmed.
I used to be in frat. Oh, Frat's coalition. But
Oh,
When are
you were
you
a panda?
when are you leaving Goons?
Ouch.
there's only one alliance I have personal red, and that's psychotic tendencies. I don't know if you've
Like
ever fought
Cybernauts.
them. Nope.
Hey,
Personal
why don't
red
you?
is
I'll
psychotic tendencies.
offer you my job in Kybernuts.
It's
No,
easier, right? We don't have as much turnover.
no,
you can be the HR officer. No, I'm kidding. I like my job.
no joke. I interviewed someone that just screamed spy the other day, and I'm
What
just
the
like,
fuck?
they were quote new player, but they knew all this stuff about Pochvan too well, and I'm just like, how long have you
Oh
played
man,
this game?
you found out about my interview? I think you'd recognize my voice. You've been on this show too many times now. You'd be like, Sabbat, why'd you do this?
Savage, just join us and be done with it. Come on.
That's not
No,
gonna
you
happen.
can't poach
Sorry.
him live on stream while I'm
I'm
here.
sorry. You can't
I'll
pull me
I'll
from
sec
Kybernauts.
I'll second that. I'll second that. Both Toast and you guys just merge with Streamok. It
Yeah,
makes sense. It makes sense.
yeah.
You can do so much more shit if you just merge with these guys. Castle kickers can shit all over
with
your place, Aikido.
we're merging with Purple Helmet Warriors.
No, Streamok.
Nah, we like our place. No offense to Strybog, we're happily blue with you guys, but we
We're
like
happy
our
to have
little.
Strabog come back home, right? Cybernauts is, y'all can come back home.
Sorry, man, they're mine. They're in RC now.
I mean, honestly though, that our recent our jumping into RC coalition, I think it's a good thing for long term. I really do.
Yeah, I'm just hoping you guys get to enjoy a little bit more variety of content through the different channels it offers. It'd be great.
That's the reason why it was done. It's to
Hmm.
give more people options. You want to go down to nullsec, do dumb nullsec stuff, do it. You want to be in low sec, do low sec stuff, do
I
it.
know Don did his first dread drop the other night, for example,
Yeah, that's
and
good.
they killed us. They killed a Nyx.
Make you one better. We killed 2 Nixes.
Oh shit!
Sexy
Neat.
shit.
Kybernauts will stay in Pokemon forever. But I guess breaking news: Kybernauts is going to try and join the Imperial Coalition now.
Oh,
All right.
possible.
No.
Damn it! I'm kidding.
We're joining tests.
Oh wait, no, but Test is next. I don't want to anger Brisk. My homie.
No, you're gonna join PH, and we're gonna dunk on you.
Oh
No,
my
we're
god.
not.
Okay, when we get to dunk like the normal like end of show thing, I am going to talk about the funniest fucking pandemic horde kill we got. Like it literally was spelt out before it even happened. What's gonna happen? No, if we were to join anything, Opus would have us join Snuffed.
I mean,
Oh
bad
my
idea.
god. I'm going to murder you guys if you join Snuff. I'll set up Campikino if you join Snuff.
Ooh.
No, that's right. Sorry, we're joining Safety.
Okay. Wow. You just keep going down the drain here.
Yep.
You just
Just digging my hole
spiraling.
deeper and deeper.
Next
Look,
on the list. Next on the list, Volta.
look, we might be in our C now in the coalition. It doesn't mean we're leaving Podford. We
Oh,
still hang out there all the time.
RC now has a completely dedicated Porsche wing. Actually, it's great.
Yeah, come to Podford, have fun, get blown up.
Make some money.
Let us know. Bring orcas in. We'll give you a tour around the triangle. I don't know how many jumps you'll make it, but you might die when you come through the wormhole or filament in.
I mean, filament's the fun part, right?
Oh, I still loved when everything was gated and that orca got filamented in. Idiot listened to the dude, put his security status to yellow, and the dude yeeted him into Pokemon, and he ended up in Kino, and we fucking murdered that goddamn orca.
Oh yeah, that's a really good YouTube video.
Oh my god. I have a dedicated PvP shack in Kino. I don't undock it often anymore just because it's my I have a kill mark from that orca on that Lashak. I'm like, yes, my pretty Lashak.
Should undock it
Trophy.
more, man. They can take so much. It's like I had a really cool. What was it? Like 1v4
there's-
or 5 last week with those with the Tempest and well, the other guys warped in the curse and stuff, but everybody else died. Nah, it's really great. Like this cool active shack. It's a lot of fun.
Well, the problem is in Lashaks and any mount seem to want to help make people want to escalate.
Yep.
Yeah, but functionally, to escalate in Potion, if you know your way around, right? You know all the locals, you know where people are staged, you know what's going on in your immediate vicinity. Anything that's going to be a significant threat uh, to your Leshak in any capacity is going to be something big, and you're dealing with that warp speed debuff. So functionally, fighting a solo battle when you know that their backup's 2 jumps away means you have 15 minutes, to finish a fucking fight if there's
Yeah.
scary big stuff coming.
Especially with how long some of those gate jumps are.
Right, you have so much more time to do fun stuff in solo ships than you would have normally in K-Space. Not even, excluding the fact that you can't light signers here, because that's the real killer, obviously, in K-Space.
Right.
I love the fact that some of our gate jumps you could literally jump the gate, go to the bathroom, and come back in time by the time you're done gating.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
there's
not,
some long jumps.
it's not weird. Some of these gates jump across the entirety of New Eden, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other ones are you're just jumping Kaldari system to Kaldari system, like maybe 5 jumps from the where the system used to be.
I mean, I have it with Tunaden always. Kuara Tunaden, but normally that's like fucking, I don't know, 30 to 40 jumps in K-Space, so it makes sense that takes a while.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean it's. Don't get me wrong. I dock that shack every once in a while. Still, I don't leave it docked up permanently. It's not like some of my expensive ships.
Yeah.
I mainly
I
don't
just
undock them because they're not fit. Because if you don't, everyone knows in Kybernauts that I do stupid shit when I get drunk.
Oh yeah, no, don't fit those where you're drunk.
Oh no, I did something worse.
Man,
I got really drunk one night and thought it was a bright idea to bring at least the Sin was fitted. I brought the Sin into Pakvin and docked it up, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go buy another Blops. Derped my way back to Jeddah, bought a Marshall, didn't even fucking fit it, and flew it into Kino.
lol.
Here's the thing: next time you do that, you just give me all the ISK, and I'll give you 25% of it back, and
Yeah,
you'll
or
be ISK
just
positive.
or just give us a heads up when you're doing it, right?
No,
I
it's already been bailed out of Pakvin for the time being. It's docked up in an NPC station. It's not undocking until I figure out how I want to fit it.
you should get a Panther, man. Panthers are so much fun in Potion. Like,
Yeah,
the,
I gotta
the,
get one. I've
so
been
much
looking at
fun.
getting a Panther. I can fly. As I said earlier, I can fly everything. So everything subcap. So I've been looking at the Panther. I've been looking at the Widow just to make a dirty ECM boat. But yeah, Pakvin is where us degenerates live. So it's a fun place.
I mean, where else would you live? I mean,
Oh yeah, today we had the shortcut to Kino from Tanuden. I could go straight to Kino without taking a gate.
No, nice.
Yes,
Oh, the wormhole.
Yeah.
That's
undock that
with
thing.
the going to Kanoka and then taking another wormhole Kanoka to Kino.
Nice.
Undock that check, bro. I'm coming. Give you a reason to use it. 1v1. At the same.
Hang on, I need to ping. 1 second. Hang
Yeah,
on.
let's ping this out.
hey,
Don't
hold
worry.
on. Let me
There,
tell somebody in
you
PH
will
real quick.
only
Don't
see my shack on
don't
grid. Don't worry.
don't call beta. Don't do it. I'll solo him as well. It's no problem.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry. Zao won't be sitting there with his Chronos waiting for you.
Me and Zhao are buddies. I know he wants me. He'll kill me if he gets the chance. But
But we're buddies.
we are
That's how it
buddies.
works in
So
Pochvin, right? If you
he's a
ain't got
cool guy.
a like, I feel there's it's like a decision tree in Pochvin, right? Between all like the people that actually live here. It's like, are there currently third parties that do not belong in Pochvin? If yes, then fleet together to kill. If not, shoot everyone else.
That's
Oh my god,
probably that's probably the best thing about
that's
Poshman. After 1.5 years, this community, it's quite special, I think.
oh yeah. When we all get together and are like, no blocks back in here, let's go fuck up their obs so they get whelped by the NPCs. Like literally, people are like, yep, we're not shooting each other, we're fucking this fleet up, and then 5 minutes later, it's back to shooting each other.
Oh, me and what was it, Elsbeth this weekend? Elsbeth and Matt, I think, against Teston Horde. 4 Dictors against a Typhoon fleet and a Vetback fleet. Poor guys had to leave system, didn't run no ops, lost the Typhoon, 2 Guardians. It's beautiful, and that's just the atmosphere that it creates, right? Around like all the guys that are considered locals that are working together. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the things
Oh,
that I love. Like,
let me think here. There was the fight. I think it was this week that Matt dunked like 2 Horde fleets.
Oh
the
yeah. We had
yeah.
the elf bill worth of Vetmax streak, and then afterwards we found
No, it was
Eos guy tackled one of
a
his nesters.
No, there was
Horde lost world
the
build.
icky fleet. Let me share
Yeah.
the battle report in
Yeah, the ickies. Yeah.
I think that was on Monday.
stream chat. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'll
saw
put it in
that.
the
I
text.
saw that and was laughing my ass off so badly.
I mean, I think you can find a full report of the day on. Wait, I'll go look for it.
Like 12 billion ISK lost to 733 million ISK lost.
Yeah,
Like
sexy.
they destroyed that fleet so badly.
They've been having the last 2 weeks have been pretty rough for Horde.
Yeah. Yeah, and
I'm sure they've got a bounty out on Matt.
like
Matt the
that.
Knife.
That was funny. Like when I saw that kill report come out on Stryborg's Discord, I saw it and couldn't stop laughing. I was laughing for a good like 5 minutes. I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking awesome!" Like such a good just dunking on all suckers.
Mm-hmm.
And Horde has the fleet that can kill us, but they don't undock it anymore. I don't know why.
Because everyone knows what's in that fleet and probably is ready for it.
I mean, we've seen this happen before. This is not new.
True.
There was another group that was too large for Porsche that fucking died, and another one before that. I mean, if you go in here with a F1,
F1 monkeys.
no, I'm not gonna say monkeys. Doesn't matter. I mean, they're followers, right?
Mhm.
You got to be a little bit independent and a little bit wealthy, and you benefit from a small group of experienced players, right? A core, right? If you go too big, you're gonna spread that ISK out. People are gonna get demotivated to undock, especially if they're only flying around in 3 cheap ships, right? Because a Road, a Volta, a Snuff, Streebog now, we just push off, and those people aren't self-sufficient enough to stay motivated and stay wealthy enough for something like Porsche to then be worth it and to undock for those max forms, right? And that's, I mean, I'm not going to say that's the beginnings of what you're seeing now, but that patterns occurred with Crab Swarm before this and
Mhm.
Streetlock before that. I mean, crab sliding was kind of absurd, but we've all seen them lose their motivation to run these ops because it just wasn't, a lot of standing down shit, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we might be seeing the same thing happen to Horde.
I'm all for obs being Ryan and stuff. It's good as generation. But personally, I don't. I think the last one I ran was like last year in November. Like I don't run them anymore. I have more fun in Pakvin fucking with people than I do running the obs. Like I'm not worried about the ISK anymore. I'd rather have someone that needs the ISK get the ISK than myself.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a lot of work. You have to scout a large area and be aware of many things.
Oh, we got scouts doing all that stuff, but I'm just like, you guys could go get your ISK. I'm gonna like hop in some stupid ship and probably die,
go
but I'm gonna
mine.
have fun doing it.
No, you're a miner these days. You're a Care Bear.
I got my gift, man.
I've never run an OBS. Never.
Huh?
Never. I've never run a flashpoint. Never.
Isn't that a requirement to be on the show?
I know. Now we're gonna have to run an odds with Reece just to make sure he can tick that box.
Are you dual positive, Reece?
I'm still dual positive, and
All right, then you can do it on easy mode.
And I've been in Strybog since May of last year.
Wow. Well, I guess. Huh?
Reece, you're definitely a spy. You got a high level position, and you've only been in
Yeah.
Strybog for less than a year. Sorry, you're a spy.
People just like me, Don't know why.
Sometimes being nice is just as much as is all you need to be. Just find the right person.
The battle reports are in your chat channel.
Oh, on Discord. Mm.
Mhm.
Let's see what this one is.
I think the
So
top
are
one.
we
Getting
still
into-
in the favorite kill mail portion of the
Yeah,
show
let's
now?
start
Are we
getting into
doing
that.
that?
Let's start getting. We're kind of running out of steam. The salt was kind of used up relatively quick. So let's start going down the fun things. So my favorite kill was, this is against PH. I was laughing my ass off because our FC was he was like, well, if PH is roaming around, there's always one or two slow idiots in their Vedmax who can't keep up with the rest of the fleet. So we know they just passed through system. So let's get to the gate right now, and we'll wait on it. And there'll be some dumbass who will be like a minute or two behind, and we'll catch him and kill him. Well, we warped to the gate. Their bubbler dropped a bubble. So we hit the bubble, and then we're like, well, I guarantee that slow idiot's gonna be coming here any second now. Sure as shit, dumbass Vedmac hits the bubble that they dropped themselves to stop us from getting right to the gate and chasing after them. Stopped their last Vedmac, and we completely deleted that Vedmac in like 10 seconds because we had a full fleet of we had like 8 or 9 Hecates on it. Like, that was funny. Like, I couldn't believe it was play-by-play called out that was going to happen, and it happened like before we even announced it was going to like before it even happened. Who wants to go next?
I will. So this isn't a kill. It's something that happened. I've linked the link to the Reddit post. I'm gonna do a little condensed. So this past week, Jazz, P Hub, who was once inside Strybog, asked us to come along. They found a crab hole and found someone crabbing, and they wanted some help to kill it. One of the dreads. Well, me and a couple of Kyber guys went in. We're waiting. This dude comes out. He brings his Archon out, and he just leaves it in space. He jettisons the capsule and gets into Helios and goes and scans. Well, one of the characters inside a bomber, can fly Archon. So proceeds to pilot the 40 km over to it. No one's coming back. He uncloaks. Now he's got a slow burn with an afterburner over there. He gets in it and he gets off and he actually safe logs. The dude comes back right as he safe logs. And also you see the franticness of his ships start whooping around trying to find this Archon that just disappeared in space. And I'm sure he saw the bomber. We didn't scoop the bomber, sadly. So anyway, we committed Grand Theft Archon in the middle of a wormhole. And yeah, so that was by far the
Nice.
highlight. That's one of those like things you'll always talk about in Eve when someone literally in the middle of their crab hole just felt so comfortable they just hopped out of their Archon.
Who in the heck does that? Let's be real.
Oh man,
This
I've
dude.
so many stories like that. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Surely, what can go wrong?
It went all wrong. Just watching him dart around the probes, like combat probes going everywhere, and his ships going everywhere, just trying to figure out where this Archon was, but it was too late. He was already safe logged.
It's like the golden rule I always say, right, Kylon? Always bet on stupid. Always in Eve, always bet on stupid. If you think surely he's not this stupid, surely he's not going to do that, Bet on it. He's gonna do it.
I've done that. Always betting on stupid is a true thing because I figured out someone was warping to a safe spot they saved over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally got to within 500 meters of where that safe spot was. They warped back. I uncloaked, target locked them, and deleted them.
Yeah, people are fundamentally lazy.
Yep. Reece, Kylon, Gabe.
Yeah, go ahead, Kylon. I'll do it after you.
Let's see. My favorite kill mail. I haven't had a ton of them, but I did get to kill a wingspan bomber. I believe that was yesterday in my Tengu. It was threatening our mining fleet. It's a nice little solo kill.
It's always fun to kill a Tengu.
My favorite one by far this week was Johnny Raw. That was great.
He just
Yeah.
killed me an interceptor.
Huh?
He just killed me out an interceptor.
No, I scouted him. It's actually kind of funny. Like a year ago, I think Cosmic actually told this story on I don't know if it was this one or on another interview. I'm not sure, but we had a fight in a wormhole. Shout out to my buddy AR. There's two E's in there. I'm not sure how I pronounce it. AR Refta, I think. It's like a wormholer, random wormholer. We were crabbing in the C3. They jumped us. We had a dope fight. We kicked their ass, and we left through the tunnel wormhole. Didn't see them again. I think that was a year ago. And this week I see this guy gating through to Kahara, and I'm like, "Fuck, there's air." We're gonna say hi, and go have a chat a little bit. Is this your first Roman Poshfin? Yeah, but it's a little bit quiet. Say, well, hang on a second. There's usually guys around Nani, right? I saw Commander Ra and Passing Ray and a couple of those locals. I saw them flying around, so I'll join you in the Saber and we'll head that way. Saber and Orpheus. And we gate into system. Johnny Ross, Cormorant happens to be on gate, so we tackle it. Try and bait his enforcer out because I knew it was there somewhere in the system. And Johnny Ross starts to message me like, there's a hurricane here. Let's kill it. I said, bro, I'm with the hurricane. Come fight with us, right? He's new in Poshfin. Let's show him a good time. It's 2v, whatever. Bring your friends. Let's come have some fun. No. Kill the hurricane. Kill the hurricane. I said, no, I'm with the hurricane. I'm not gonna kill the hurricane. He's my buddy. This dude decloaks, starts shooting the hurricane. So naturally, his Tengu dies, right? And that was the moment he realized that he had set me blue for whatever reason, and I hadn't. So that was his mistake. He had no idea there was an Orpheus there. Apparently, he doesn't look at the scan. I don't know, but it was kind of hilarious. It's nothing expensive though. Some kind of some wacky rail Tengu. I don't know, 400 mil. But it was kind of hilarious. Irefta though had a good time in Poshfin, so we might be seeing him back. So it's probably going to be worth it in the end.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Right? It's just fights, all for fights. He said he had 4 guys. When he started shooting, I thought it was on.
Reece, have you PvP'd at all?
Well, I got murdered the other day in my porpoise, and the person was so salty. I don't know why he was so salty. He's like, you let me run you down in a Megathron. It was 2 Megathrons, him and his buddy. Some guys from Samurai sold out, and they just like ranted and raved, and I'm just like, this is already replaced. I already mined enough ore with it. And just now, a Rote Capel Saber tried to come after me, and it did not work.
I just killed a Coveter and a Raptor. Yeah,
Heck 8 kills.
These mining changes, I will say, there's been way more people out mining in Botchman.
And plenty of miners to kill.
Yeah, lots of miners. Oh, there's a lot of dumb miners out now. Now that all these new things have come out, there's a lot of dumb miners.
Yeah. That was also a fun kill. I caught this asshole trying to fucking crab or mine on our moons. Yeah, was it 2 days ago? A porpoise and a retriever. It's just sitting on my Ethanor, just munching away at my moon rocks. In Poshfin, the audacity.
I mean, it is Botchfin.
Chased them all the way to Harva. We only got to kill 1 though. He goes pork off. Regrettably. Those damn free ports.
It is what it is.
Oh well. All right, so we have kind of wrapped up. Is there any last minute little things you guys want to cover before we say peace out?
Look, if you don't like the way the CCP is going, you got to speak up, guys.
Mhm.
If he thinks there's a slight majority that approves, well, they won't know unless you speak up. But be professional and cordial about it, right? They're not going to respond to hate-filled rants and ravings.
Only one thing people listen to, man. Money. Speak with your wallet.
Yes.
Don't buy the ships.
Let's see.
Unless
Any-
you want to play Eve the easy way and rob yourself of all the fun you can have, then by all means, take the chicken shit route out. But I promise you, you're not gonna get the satisfaction that people who fly around and I hesitate to say earn their ships, because it's not necessarily about earning, but there's a satisfaction in having reached a certain threshold and pushing for a next threshold, and you risk taking the fun out of the game if you take shortcuts. Simple as
Mhm.
that. So, buy a retriever, then buy a retriever. I don't really give a shit. Just, know you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Exactly. All right. I'm taking a second here. I'm gonna raid for the first time ever. Trying to pick someone out. I was about to throw us into a new bro channel. If anyone wants to have some fun, but I think I'm going to. There we go. Let's take that one. All right. Well, it was fun. It's a fun show. A little bit salty in the beginning. I had a lot of fun. Next show probably 2-3 weeks like normal. Otherwise, guys, as Opus said, we have to let them know what we believe. We don't want to slip down the slippery slope. Matters Not is no longer host of TIS, so we'll see how that show goes from now on.
Why are you guys
Wait,
also mean to
what?
Metrol?
Yeah,
Wait,
Matters
did he
Not's
I
do?
did
last
not
show
know
was
that
today.
news.
He stepped down as
Tell,
host.
tell me what
Oh.
Metrol did to make you also mad. What did he do?
Well, I
Why
mean,
did-
there's a list that Fraglavians could talk about
Yeah.
that we can just start discussing on another episode.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Well, it's
kind of
everything.
curious. I think he's a
But
nice guy.
I'm not trying to be
Oh, I
mean
think he's
too mean
nice.
to
I'm
him,
not
but
saying he's not. I just feel anyway. Let's wrap this show up.
yeah. We're just gonna end it here.
Talk about that
well,
another time.
well, you guys stay safe, or as I rather say, just go kill shit in Pokémon because it's fun.
Yeah,
And
don't stay
that is
safe.
all good.
Risk
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot better than stay safe. I never stay safe, so. All right, bye guys.
Ooh.
Goodbye.
Later.